So the first of the Continental Engineering Summer Series, New Zealand Finals, Don't Back Down, Michelle Northcott, Anvil on the Sly, Richard Sissons, Hanua Honey, Jeff Darby, Titanic, Rick Burnett, Miss Blackheart, Danny Blakemore, JD's Dream, Steve Phillips, Millview Ava, Mike Stratford, and a new sensation, Ray Reiki. So around they come and behind the yellow bar arm for the first heat of the New Zealand Finals for the amateur drivers. And we're just about there. Green light is on and we're off and pacing. Now one of the first out, Don't Back Down off the inside. Coming out fast, Anvil on the Sly. Hanua Honey's right up there. And out wider on the track there now as they settle down, JD's Dream. And one of the widest, Millview Ava, into the first corner. So settling down in front, and it is Hanua Honey and Jeff Darby to lead 1.5. Don't Back Down, Michelle Northcott trailing. Sitting out 3 wide in the early part here, Millview Ava and Mike Stratford. They're followed between runners and pressing forward to the lead is JD's Dream and Steve Phillips as they wheel up into the back straight. They're followed just in midfield now. Up over on the outside, Miss Blackheart and Danny Blakemore with Tuit's inside, Anvil on the Sly and Richard Sissons. And the last couple, new sensation caught 3 wide for Ray Reiki. And back there, Titanic and Rick Burnett. So off the back they come. JD's Dream and Steve Phillips has the lead. Leads by just on half a length. Millview Ava now down to park for Mike Stratford the outside. Nice run in the trail to Hanua Honey and Jeff Darby. They're followed in the 1-1 as they work the top. Miss Blackheart and Danny Blakemore. Back on the inside, Don't Back Down and Michelle Northcott. 3 back in the running line is Titanic and Rick Burnett. And the last couple, Anvil on the Sly, Richard Sissons. And Tuit's outside, a new sensation and Ray Reiki. 32 seconds the opening quarter of the final mile for the first heat of the New Zealand Finals for the Continental Engineering Summer Series. And it's JD's Dream. Millview Ava sitting second the outside. Nice run, Hanua Honey the trail. 1-1 is Miss Blackheart. Back over on the inside then is Don't Back Down. There followed to the outside of that was Titanic. And the last couple, still Anvil on the Sly and a new sensation. 800 to go, the half, and 66.4. Steve Phillips leads by a length with JD's Dream into the back. Sitting second, Millview Ava and Mike Stratford. Nice run in the trail, Hanua Honey, Jeff Darby. Here come the moves now, Miss Blackheart. Danny Blakemore whistles around to be nice and handy. Coming forward, a new sensation and Ray Reiki. They're followed then getting through over on the inside then is Don't Back Down and Michelle Northcott. Out wider was Titanic as they work off the back for Rick Burnett and Anvil on the Sly and Richard Sissons back of the tail. 400 to go, 3/4, 1:35 and 8. And our leader up on the outside, Miss Blackheart and Danny Blakemore. JD's Dream and Steve Phillips, they draw clear by 3 lengths over a new sensation and Ray Reiki. Titanic's working home for Rick Burnett down the outside. It's Miss Blackheart and Danny Blakemore. JD's Dream and Steve Phillips, a new sensation. Ray Reiki late at them as Don't Back Down and Michelle Northcott. Oh, the leader's galloped. Back into a pace though, and down to the line, Miss Blackheart, well, gave everybody heart palpitations at the 100 when it rolled into a gallop. Might have to go to the stewards to see how long it did gallop for there. JD's Dream and Steve Phillips was there. Don't Back Down, Michelle Northcott and a new sensation and Ray Reiki for second, third and fourth. They were followed by Titanic and Rick Burnett. Further back, Anvil on the Sly, Richard Sissons. They were followed by Hanua Honey and Jeff Darby. And Millview Ava will be the last one through and Mike Stratford. Miss Blackheart, Danny Blakemore to take the first of the Continental Engineering Summer Series. Just rolled into a gallop there in the home straight for a few strides. Not 100% sure how long it did gallop for in the home straight, but I'm sure that the stewards will have a wee bo peep at the tape on Miss Blackheart here in the first of the Continental Engineering Summer Series New Zealand Finals, provisionally to number 6 Miss Blackheart and Danny Blakemore.
Official placings in the Continental Engineering Summer Series New Zealand Finals for amateur drivers. Heat 1, 679 253 48. 679 253 48. Winner's time 249.5. Mile rate of 24.1. Last 859.4, 429.9. The margins 3.5 lengths, a head, a neck, 6, 7, 9, 2, 5, 3, 4 and 8 in the first of the Continental Engineering Summer Series Amateur Drivers Finals.
So Miss Blackheart, number 6, Arnold Donnelly, trained at Cambridge. Danny Blakemore doing the driving. 7, JD's Dream. Todd McFarlane and Craig Sharp trained. Steve Phillips. And 9, A New Sensation, Ray Reiki for Graham Rogerson. First of the Continental Engineering Summer Series, New Zealand Finals. Second of the finals to come up after race number 2. Glen's Night, number 6, just comes into favourite now at $5.10 and $1.90. 2, Mighty Mac at $6.50 and $2.50. 8, Lambrusco at $6.60 and $2.60. 9, Macambro, $7.41.90 and 10, Franco Hastings in a wide open race. $7.50 and $3.20. Race 3 away at 1 minute to 7. So runners moving up for the Continental Engineering Summer Series, Heat 2. Green light is on. We're off and pacing in the Continental Engineering Summer Series. Heat 2 for the New Zealand Finals. And first one out, Blue Gum Motel Shines and Mike Stratford. From up on the outside, Fuller and Steve Phillips. And Lady Willpower and Ray Reiki get the early trail. They're followed then over on the outside as they work on out was Rainforest and Danny Blakemore. A length and a half back then is Just Wicked and Richard Sissons. Caught wide there was Carlos and Michelle Northcott. Getting back in the field is Elegant J and Rick Burnett. And the last as they work up into the back is Flojo 2 and Jeff Darby. So that's the field for the Continental Engineering Summer Series Heat 2 for the New Zealand Championship Finals as they run inside the mile. And our leader, Blue Gum Motel Shines and Mike Stratford, a length and a half over Lady Willpower and Ray Reiki. Fullervino is third and Steve Phillips, a length and a half, Rainforest and Danny Blakemore. The first heat winner. They're followed then by Just Wicked and Richard Sissons, followed up by Elegant J and Rick Burnett. And the last couple are Flojo 2 and Jeff Darby. And the over-racing Carlos and Michelle Northcott bring up the tail. Into the home straight they pace with 1,200 metres left to go in the first quarter of the last mile and 32.8. Blue Gum Motel Shines over Lady Willpower. Sitting out parked is Fullervino with Rainforest in the 1-1, followed up in turn by Just Wicked. A length and a half, Elegant J, Flojo 2 and Carlos back at the tail. So out they go on the Showgrounds Bend, the Continental Engineering Summer Series New Zealand Finals, heat number 2, and our leader. Over on the inside is Blue Gum Motel Shines and Mike Stratford over Lady Willpower, Ray Reiki, Fullervino Still Park, Steve Phillips and 1-1 Rainforest, Danny Blakemore. Half and 66.3. Danny Blakemore gets out of the 1-1 to go and press forward out 3 wide, but booting up in front of it, Fullervino. So the speed goes on now. They're followed by the next two is Just Wicked for Richard Sissons, Elegant J and Rick Burnett. They're followed Flojo 2 and Jeff Darby and Carlos and Michelle Northcott back at the tail. Off the back they come. 4.50 left to go. Still it is Blue Gum Motel Shines. From over on the outside, Fullervino. Rainforest looks to peel out of the 1-1. Lady Willpower the inside, then Elegant J. Further back was Just Wicked, 3/4, 134.8, homeward bound. Blue Gum Motel Shines and Mike Stratford. Full of Vino, Steve Phillips, Rainforest, Danny Blakemore. Elegant J right down the outside for Rick Burnett's coming with a good run, and Lady Willpower and Ray Reiki up the inside. Blue Gum Motel Shines. Elegant J tries hard. Blue Gum Motel Shines. Elegant J rolls over the top and right on the line gets the win. Elegant J and Rick Burnett over Blue Gum Motel Shines and Mike Stratford and Lady Willpower, Ray Reiki, the Southerners, all in the finish here in Heat 2 of the Continental Engineering Summer Series New Zealand Finals. Full of Vino, Steve Phillips. They were followed Rainforest and Danny Blakemore. Just Wicked, Richard Sissons. Flojo 2, Jeff Darby. And Carlos over race cost himself any chance for Michelle Northcott. Last half 58.7. Quarter in 30.2. And it'll be a last stride victory to Elegant J. Rick Burnett, from my post anyway. Blue Gum Motel Shines, Mike Stratford, and Lady Willpower, Ray Reiki. Look like the three for the second of our Continental Engineering Summer Series heats.
Confirming the placings in the second of the finals for the Continental Engineering Summer Series for amateur drivers. 832-57496. 832-57496. Winner's time 251.2, mile rate of 205.2. Last 858.7, the 430.2. The margins ahead, 3/4 of a length, 3/4 of a length. 832-574-9 and 6 in the second of the finals for the Continental Engineering Summer Series for amateur drivers.
Elegant J, Rick Burnett for trainer Danny Blakemore will take the second of the Continental Engineering Summer Series New Zealand finals. Over 3 Blue Gum Motel Shines, Mike Stratford for trainer Steve Phillips, and 2 Lady Willpower, Ray Reiki for Rod Belker. 5 Full of Vino, Steve Phillips for David Branch. 4th ahead of 7 Just Wicked, Richard Sissons and Graham Rogerson.